Hey everyone, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be exploring one of the most meaningful poems in your English syllabus of Meghalaya Board of School Education. The poem is Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. This poem is all about peace, silence, and self reflection. Let us go line by line and understand it in a simple and clear way with examples you can relate to. This poem opens with a line, "Now we will count to 12." Here, the poet is asking everyone in the world to stop for a while and count from 1 to 12. It is a call to pause, to take a break from all the noise, stress, and activity of life. For example, when we count to 10 before reacting in anger, because this pause gives us time to think. Moving on to the second line, and we will all keep still. Here, the poet requests silence and stillness from everyone. He wants people to stop talking, moving, or doing anything, just be completely calm. The third line goes, "For once on the face of the earth." He says this should happen at least once all over the world. It is a global request and not a request just for one person or a country. Let's not speak in any language. The poet asks us to stop using language for a moment because he believes that languages can create barriers, but silence brings unity. Let's stop for 1 second. Even 1 second of stillness can make a big difference. A very short pause is enough to refresh our minds and reflect. For example, like taking a deep breath before making an important decision and not move our arms so much. The poet asks us not to use our hands or engage in physical activity. No violence, no work, no action, but just rest. For example, a farmer to stop digging, a student to stop writing for a moment, to just exist. It would be an exotic moment. The poet says that this silence would be a rare and special experience. As we are always busy, silence would feel unusual and even magical. Without rush, without engines, no cars, no engines, no sounds, no machines or noise, just a break from the fast, noisy modern world. People would feel united during the shared silence. Silence can connect people in a deeper way than words. For example, a peaceful march or group meditation. Silence binds people. Here, in these lines, the moment would feel strange because we are not used to being silent. But it is a good kind of strange, a peaceful, thoughtful silence. For example, just like entering a quiet library after a noisy street, which is unusual but calming. Fishermen the cool sea. He now talks about fishermen working hard in the sea. He includes all kinds of people, even those far away doing difficult work. Would not harm whales. The fishermen would stop harming sea creatures for a moment. Nature would get rest from human interference. No hunting, no pollution, just peaceful ocean life. And the man gathering salt. The poet describes a laborer collecting salt from the ground or a sea. He too should pause. Would look at his hurt hands. The worker would finally notice the pain in his hands. We often ignore our pains because we are too busy. Silence helps us notice and heal. For example, we never feel our tired eyes until we closes them and rest. Those who prepare green wars. Some people might fight wars for environmental or political reasons. Even those with good intentions may cause harm. Green wars here refers to wars over resources like forests, rivers, and land. All kinds of violent wars with weapons, chemicals, and bombs, these destroy life and nature. Victories with no survivors. Sometimes wars are won, but no one is left alive. So, what is the point of such a victory? Victory without people alive? It is meaningless. Would put on clean clothes. The fighters would stop war and wear clean clothes, which means leaving violence and choosing peace. For example, a soldier removing his uniform and becoming a peacemaker. and walk about with their brothers. Former enemies would walk together like brothers. Silence and reflection can build friendship and trust. In the shade doing nothing. They would relax together in a peaceful place. Poise means to say that it is okay to rest sometimes. No need to always be busy, just like sitting quietly with a friend under a tree enjoying peace. What I want should not be confused. The poet now clarifies his message and urges us not to be confused with total inactivity. He is not asking us to stop life and become lazy. He wants a pause and not a stop. Life is what it is about. This poem is about living life well, not about death. I want no truck with death. No truck with means no connection with. He does not support giving up on life, but peaceful living instead. If we were not so single minded, we are always focused on just one thing, things like progress, work, and money. Alright, the next line explains to us we never stop, we keep running after goals, forgetting to pause. If we just learn to pause once and do nothing, then it is said, perhaps a huge silence, a deep silence might enter our lives, which is very important for introspection. Might interrupt this sadness. This silence could break our daily stress and sadness, whatever we have in our hearts. Of never understanding ourselves. We don't know who we really are or what we want sometimes, but the moment of stillness can get us time to introspect, reflect on ourselves, and renew our lives. And of threatening ourselves with death. We are destroying ourselves through pollution, pressure, violence, and hatred. Perhaps the earth can teach us. The poet urges us to learn from the earth because it knows how to rest and renew. As when everything seems dead. In winter, trees loses their leaves and look lifeless. However, that is not the end. And later proves to be alive. Means in spring, the same trees come back to life. It shows that silence or rest is not death, but it is a part of life's cycle. Now I'll count up to 12. The poet repeats and says he will count again till 12. He ends the poem by asking us to keep quiet and think. The poet gives us the message that now it is our turn to act. So that was Pablo Neruda's poem Keeping Quiet. Explained in the simplest way, this poem teaches us the power of silence, the need for peace, and the beauty of pausing in our busy lives. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.